Okay. Good afternoon, friends. How are you all doing? I hope you are doing fine. Yes, great. Okay. Good afternoon. So, friends, what are we starting today? What are we studying today? Determination of prices. This topic is very easy. Very easy. But this topic demands something. Today, I'll ask each one of you that while you are sitting, sit with two color pens at least. Like suppose you are writing with black pen, so keep a blue pen along with you, a ruler. All this you keep with yourself and tell me when you are ready. Because today we will draw a lot of graphs. Today's class is filled with graphs. That is why I told, please keep this ready. Okay. Hopefully all of you are ready. In today's class you don't have to learn anything. आज के क्लास में आपको कुछ भी याद रखने की जरूरत नहीं है. आज के क्लास में बस आपको समझते चलना है जो मैं बता रहा हूं. अगर आप समझते चले जो मैं बताने लग रहा हूं तो आपका जो जर्नी है आज के क्लास का बड़ा आसानी से कट जाएगा. ठीक है ना? जस्ट मेक श्योर एवरीबडी इज लिसनिंग वेरी केयरफुली. होपफुली यू ऑल आर रेडी. Okay, ready. Friends, okay. So friends, first of all, try to understand that how equilibrium price is determined in a market economy. How equilibrium price is determined by market forces. Market forces. Let me give you an example. Suppose price of a product is rupees 5, it rises to rupees 10, it rises to rupees 15, it rises to rupees 20. Let's write quantity demanded. When we talk about quantity demanded, let's say quantity demanded at a price of rupees 5 is 100 units. But when price is 10, quantity demanded falls to 80 units. At price of 15, quantity demanded falls to 70 units. And when price further rises, quantity falls further to, let's say, 50 units, whatever it is. But you all know, with the rise in price, the supply rises. With the rise in price, the supply rises. So suppose price is rupees 5, then supply is 50. Price is 10, supply is 60. So price rise resulting in quantity supplied rising. Again 70, and again it came to 80. Now friends, coincidentally what happens is, there is one price at which there is always one price at which quantity demanded becomes equal to quantity supplied. Such a price is what we call as an equilibrium price. Friends, the price at which quantity demanded becomes equal to quantity supplied. Friends, the price at which quantity demanded becomes equal to quantity supplied. The price at which quantity demanded becomes equal to quantity supplied. That price is called equilibrium price, everyone. The price at which quantity demanded is equal to quantity supplied. Okay? That price is known as equilibrium price. Got it, everyone? The price at which quantity demanded is equal to quantity supplied. Now, look carefully, everybody. This is price. This is quantity. Suppose I draw a demand curve like this. This is the demand curve. This is the supply curve. Coincidentally, you will see the demand and supply curve will intersect at one place. That point is the original point and it is the equilibrium price. This is the equilibrium point and the quantity is the equilibrium quantity. Hopefully this much is crystal clear, everybody. Come on, everybody. Yes or no? Now, friends, suppose quantity demanded is not equal to quantity supplied. Suppose both of them are not equal. Okay, when they are equal, that's fantastic. But suppose quantity demanded is not equal to quantity supplied, then what, sir? तब क्या होगा, sir? So see, when quantity demanded is not equal to quantity supplied, na? See, here is the demand curve, here is the supply curve. Suppose they are not equal. So let me use another color for this. You are at a higher level then. Now what you see, the demand is till this point, supply is till this point. So there is a situation of excess supply. Now what happens when excess supply exists? Producers will have to reduce the price to sell of this excess supply. So again, the price will come back to PE. So it is in the nature of equilibrium to restore itself. Everybody tell me, what did I say? It is in the nature of equilibrium to restore itself. It is in the nature of equilibrium to restore itself. It is in the nature of equilibrium to restore itself. मतलब इक्विलिब्रियम पॉइंट अपने आप को रिस्टोर हर बार कर ही लेगा. इक्विलिब्रियम पॉइंट हर बार अपने आप को रिस्टोर कर ही लेगा. It is in the nature of equilibrium to restore itself. It is in the nature of equilibrium to restore itself. Now suppose if price charge was P2, that is less, what would happen? See, demand is till this point, supply is till this point. So there is a situation of excess demand then. And friends, whenever there is excess demand, whenever there is excess demand, what happens? Price rises. So again, it will come back to equilibrium. This is why I say, note it down. Excess demand, price rises. Excess supply, price falls. Also, I told you one important thing. It is in nature of equilibrium to restore itself. Correct. Friends, have you noted this much down? At least what is displayed on your screen right now. This much have you all written kya? This portion is the key element in this today's class. If you have understood this, today's class is going to be very easy for you. अगर आपको इतना बात समझ में आ गया है, आज का क्लास आपके लिए मजाक बनने वाला है. Come on. Correct. You all have noted this much down. Great. Very good. Now, friends, you all know reasons behind increase in demand and decrease in demand. Yes or no? See, remember, I am using the word increase and decrease. It means own price is not considered here. Own price is a factor which causes not increase and decrease, rather expansion and contraction in demand. Own price is a factor that causes expansion and contraction in demand, not increase and decrease in demand. Here we are studying increase and decrease in demand. Here we are studying increase and decrease in demand. यहाँ जो अपने पढ़ रहे हैं ये इंक्रीज एंड डिक्रीज इन डिमांड पढ़ रहे हैं, not expansion and contraction. So own price will not be a factor. Remember everyone. ओके ग्रेट। तो अब आप लोग सुनिएगा बात को ध्यान से सुनिएगा। इंक्रीज इन डिमांड इज कॉज्ड बाय राइज इन इनकम। डिक्रीज इन डिमांड इज कॉज्ड बाय फॉल इन इनकम। Again, increase in demand is caused by what other reason? Favorable tastes and preferences for the product. And decrease in demand is caused by unfavorable tastes and preferences. What else? Increase in demand. Increase in demand. Everyone, increase in demand is caused by what reason? Increase in demand is caused by what reason? Increase in demand is, other reason could be increase in population of the country. Decrease in demand is caused by the reduction in population. Increase in demand is caused when the price of substitute is rising. Here it is caused when the price of substitute falls. Again, if you talk about price of complementary goods, if price of complementary good falls, and here it happens when the price of complementary rises. हो गया? Got it, everybody? Yes, there can be many other reasons. Increase in demand, decrease in demand. You have, I think, noted it down or you have understood. We have done it in the demand chapter. Come on. Here we think from consumer point of view. Consumer point of view. If price of complementary good falls, then the demand will rise and therefore increase in demand. Correct point. Suppose car and petrol. Arey Baba, if price of car falls, will not the demand for petrol rise? Yes or no? Yes. So sir, it's correct. Increase in population. Obviously, if the population increases, demand will increase. If population decreases, demand will decrease. Yes or no? Come on. All this we have studied in demand chapter. Come on. Yes. Similarly, from supplier's point of view, you all know increase in supply and decrease in supply, correct? Increase in supply and decrease in supply. Remember, I am using the word increase and decrease here, not expansion and contraction. Therefore, own price will not be considered. Therefore, own price will not be considered. Now let's go ahead, everyone. When the supply increase, if price of raw material falls, because profit margin will rise, then price of raw material या input fall. It happens when price of input rises. Increase in supply happens when you use modern technology. Decrease in supply happens when you use old technology, obsolete technology, old or obsolete technology. What else causes increase in supply? Increase in supply is caused by falling taxes or rising subsidies, as this reduce the cost. And just the opposite, rising taxes, falling subsidies. Yes or no, everyone? Number four, what else causes increase in supply and decrease in supply? So friends, again, if we talk about increase and decrease in supply is also caused by use of rise in, or you could say fall in price of substitutes. Why fall in price of substitutes? Because if the price of substitutes fall, then producers will enter this business we are doing. But if price of substitute rises, then we will start producing the substitute. There are many reasons. We have just highlighted 4 points here so that it is revised. What I am doing here is revising with you all those demand and supply fundas that we had covered. Correct? Got it, everyone? Yes, sir, got it. Remember, friends, the for every question from this chapter, your original diagram is what I have showed you already. Price, quantity, price axis, quantity axis, demand axis, supply axis. Bus. Always remember this. This is the equilibrium point. I mean, this is the equilibrium price, and this is the equilibrium quantity, and here is the equilibrium point. Khatam Kani. Original. This is always the original. And you all know increase in demand or supply results in what type of shift? Remember, rightward shift. Yes, sir, you have taught us. And decrease in demand supply is leftward shift. Yes, sir, you had taught us. Bas, this is the main funda. This is the main funda, everyone. I hope everybody is clear with this much. Yes, got it. Now, friends, what is the chapter objective? Objective of this chapter is to ascertain the impact on demand and supply, or to ascertain the impact on equilibrium price and equilibrium quantity due to change in demand supply. This is the chapter objective straight away. And what is our trick? Trick is draw graph. Got it, everybody? First of all, note it down, then I will speak further, or I will teach you how to do it. trick, draw graph. Okay, sir, noted it down. Now, first of all, put the heading impact of changes in demand. Okay. So question is state impact on equilibrium price and equilibrium quantity when there is increase in demand, B, decrease in demand. Okay. This is question 1. So my answer to you is first 1A. First my answer to you is 1A. First my answer to you is 1A. Increase in demand. Increase in demand. So see, first of all, you draw the original question. Price, quantity, demand, supply, equilibrium price, equilibrium quantity. This is demand. Now there is increase in demand. Increase in demand means there is a rightward shift. Always what did I tell? हमेशा ओरिजिनल कंडीशन पहले बनाओ. हमेशा ओरिजिनल कंडीशन पहले बनाओ. हमेशा ओरिजिनल कंडीशन पहले बनाओ. उसके बाद बाकी का कुछ करने जाओ. Right? I always told you. So now we have drawn the original condition. That is the original demand position and the original supply position. Now there is a rightward shift in demand. There is a what shift in demand? There is a rightward shift in demand. Okay? Rightward shift. So where is the new equilibrium price and quantity intersecting? Here. So bus, draw this, join them. I am using another color, let's say blue. This is why I told you to keep 2 pens. So see, what happened to equilibrium price? Initially it was at PE, equilibrium price rose to P1 and equilibrium quantity was with QE, it rose to Q1. Yes or no, everybody? So increase in demand leads to rise in equilibrium price, rise in equilibrium quantity, rise in equilibrium price, rise in equilibrium quantity. There it is. There lies the joke. Understood or not understood, everyone? Now, if you want to understand with another trick, I will explain you with that trick. So see, we can easily see with graph what will happen. So in MCQ, if it comes, we will have the answer if we draw the graph. Understood what I am trying to explain? Yes or no? Another trick I will tell you. See, this is demand, this is supply. Originally, both are same. Demand, supply, demand, supply, demand, supply. Originally, both are same. Then what happens? Demand increases. तो demand बढ़ गया, मतलब quantity बढ़ गया, so obviously equilibrium quantity will rise. But demand बढ़ गया. When so there is excess demand. Whenever there is excess demand, what happens? Price rises. See, I have taught you here. Increase in demand, excess demand causes price rise. I have taught you this. So whenever there is excess demand, price will rise. So equilibrium price rises. Without graph also we have understood. Yes or no, everybody? Come on. Got it, everybody? So now let me teach you decrease in demand. Decrease in demand. Rise quantity. demand, supply. Supply. This is the equilibrium price. This is the equilibrium quantity. Now everyone pay attention. What happens? There is a decrease in demand. So demand curve will shift leftwards. So demand curve will shift leftwards. Now the intersection is taking place here. See. So see, equilibrium price has fallen. Equilibrium quantity as well has fallen. So what are the two things that you notice here? Fall in equilibrium price, fall in equilibrium quantity. This was the original equilibrium. This is the new equilibrium. Khatam. And if you want to see it without graph, this is demand, this is supply. This is demand, this is supply. Both are at the same point. Now what happens is demand is falling. So when quantity is falling, obviously fall in equilibrium quantity. Demand is falling. But then what is happening? What is happening? Since demand is falling, supply is above demand. So there is excess supply. Whenever there is excess supply, prices what? Fall. So fall in EP. Khatam. With graph or without graph, both we have understood. I hope it's clear, everybody. Yes or no? Come on. Right. There is nothing called break-even point here. In this chapter, there is nothing called break-even point, only equilibrium point. There is nothing called break-even point. Don't use words which I am not using. Whenever break-even point has to be discussed, I will discuss it. Now, second question. Impact on equilibrium price and equilibrium quantity of increase in supply. I am not helping you. First, you all complete this case, then tell me what will happen. I am not helping you here. You will tell me. Come on. After that, I will solve, obviously. But come on, answer me. Come on, everybody. Correct. So see, first the original condition. Two-way. Very good. Price, quantity, supply, demand. original equilibrium price, original equilibrium quantity, and it is the equilibrium point. This is supply curve, this is demand curve. Now what is happening with supply? It is increasing. What is happening with supply? It is increasing. What is happening with supply? It is increasing. So if supply is increasing, you will do what? You will shift it towards the right. You will shift it towards the right. So here I shift the supply curve towards the right. But you get your answer now. Where they are intersecting, see, here they are intersecting the new intersection E1. So bus, see here, equilibrium price has fallen, but equilibrium quantity has risen. So equilibrium price has fallen, equilibrium quantity has risen. Now you all want to know how? I'll tell you without it also. Demand, supply. What happened to supply? Supply increased. So quantity increased. So quantity increased. Khatam. Demand to remain the same, na? Supply increased. Very good. Now, when supply increase, there is excess supply. Whenever there is excess supply, come on, what happens to price? अब बताना पड़ेगा. जब भी excess supply होता है, prices fall. जब भी excess supply होता है, क्या होता है? Prices fall. तो यहाँ पे भी prices fall. Correct, everyone? So, this is the diagram. Is it clear, everyone? Very good. Prem, Ruhani, Ritu, Shreyas. Correct. Now, with decrease in supply, draw the diagram and tell me. Come on, everyone. Giving you 2 minutes more. So now see, this is the demand curve, everyone. This is the supply curve. Original intersection taking place here. So this is the equilibrium price and this is the equilibrium quantity. Done, everybody. This is the supply, this is the demand. Now there is decrease in supply, meaning there is leftward shift. So here it is leftward shift. So when they intersect each other, as you can closely see here, they intersect this way. They intersect this way. So P1, quantity is towards the left. So equilibrium price is rising, equilibrium quantity is falling. खत्म हो गया बातचीत. This is E, this is E1. Come on, everybody. Great. Again, the same logic. Demand, supply. Same level, supply falls. So supply falls, quantity falls. Demand is above supply. So there is excess demand. Whenever there is excess demand, what happens to price? Whenever there is excess demand, what happens to price? Whenever there is excess demand, what happens to price? Prices rise. So it will rise. Khatam. There is your answer. There lies your answer. I hope it's clear, everybody. Correct. Now, वी विल डिस्कस साइमल्टेनियस चेंजेस इन डिमांड एंड सप्लाई। अभी तक हम लोग क्या कर रहे थे, सिर्फ डिमांड बदल रहा था, सप्लाई नहीं बदल रहा था, या सप्लाई बदल रहा था, डिमांड नहीं बदल रहा था। अब दोनों बदलेंगे। साइमल्टेनियस चेंजेस इन डिमांड एंड सप्लाई। Simultaneous changes in both demand and supply. Now we are discussing this. Got it, everyone? Simultaneous changes in demand and supply. All right. First, rise in both. Now here also there are three cases. Sir, what three cases? Rise in demand greater than rise in supply. Rise in demand equals to rise in supply. Rise in demand less than rise in supply. Acha guys, one thing is for sure in all these three conditions. What will happen to equilibrium quantity in all these three conditions? Come on, those who answer correctly, they have understood the chapter. What will happen to equilibrium quantity in all these three cases? Price we are yet to understand, but what will happen to equilibrium quantity? Come on, with common sense, please. Correct. Yes. Equilibrium quantity will rise. Arey Baba, because demand is also rising, supply is also rising, so how will equilibrium quantity fall? Common sense. In all the three cases, what will happen to equilibrium quantity? Equilibrium quantity is going to rise. Common sense. In all the three, equilibrium quantity will rise. Arey Baba, because both quantities are rising, na? Ah, sir, got it. Now, A, B, C. This is the third scenario, okay? So 3A. 3A. Where rise in demand is greater than rise in supply. Now see. See. This is the demand curve. This is the supply curve. Correct, everyone? This is the equilibrium price. This is the equilibrium quantity. Equilibrium point. Now, there is rise in demand greater than rise in supply. So जो demand curve है वो ज्यादा right होगा. Let me show it with other color. देखिए डिमांड ज्यादा राइट हो गया, सप्लाई भी राइट होगा बट कम राइट होगा. So now what is happening here? So if you see here, Equilibrium price is rising as well as equilibrium quantity is rising. So there is both rise in equilibrium price, rise in equilibrium quantity. Arey Baba, don't ask me about quantity because demand as well as supply is rising. So how can quantity fall? Obviously. But equilibrium price we can discuss. Say this is demand, this is supply. Both are rising, but demand is going above. So there is excess demand, prices rise. So the answer is rise in equilibrium price and rise in equilibrium quantity. Is that clear, everyone? Come on. Great. 3B. Where rise in demand is equals to rise in supply. This is price. This is quantity. See, this is demand. This is supply. Okay? Supply. Now pay attention, everybody. When both are rising by the same quantity, so the rightward shift in demand, the quantity by which demand is shifting rightward is the quantity also by which supply is shifting rightward. So if you see, equilibrium price remains at that point. This is the equilibrium quantity originally. This is the new equilibrium quantity. So see, this is the first time there is no change in equilibrium price. Same level. And equilibrium quantity as we had expected because both demand and supply were rising. So common sense dictates that equilibrium quantity will also rise. Yes or no, everyone? Come on. Come on, everyone. Great. 3A and 3B. So did you see why I told you today's class is all about graphs? Because we will be drawing a lot of graphs today. And graphs will give us the answer to all the particular questions asked in this chapter. Come on, everyone, is this clear? Yes, sir, got it. Next. 3C. Where we see there is rise in demand, but less than rise in supply. So let's take for this, for example, pay attention, everyone. Demand, supply, equilibrium price, equilibrium quantity. Quantity, supply, demand. Now rise in demand is less than rise in supply. So see, rise in demand, but there is lesser rise in supply. So demand is rising. See, demand is rising, but supply is rising by greater proportions. So let this be the supply. So what do you see? The new intersection is taking place here. As you already knew, equilibrium quantity was about to rise and equilibrium price is about to fall, and it has indeed fallen as was expected. So equilibrium price falls, equilibrium quantity rises. Understood, not understood, everybody? Come on. Let me ask you some MCQs then. Correct, Khushi, correct. Correct, Saloni, correct, Amit. Okay, now solve. MCQ. If quantity demanded is greater than quantity supplied, it is the situation of dash, dash, it results in dash. Option A, it is a situation of excess supply, it results in rise in price. B, excess demand, rise in price, excess supply, comma, fall in price. D, excess demand, comma, fall in price. Come on, everyone. Answer me. Come on, everyone. Answer this. Come on. Very good. So see, everybody, the answer is very simple. Since demand is greater than supply, obviously the excess demand, it is a situation of excess demand. What would it result in? जब डिमांड ज्यादा होता है तो प्राइसेस बढ़ाया जाता है. So option is B. Correct option is B, everyone. Correct option is B, everyone. So how many of you answered correctly? Let me check. Very good, Chanchal. Mrinalika, correct. Ankit, correct. Prem, correct. Vaidehi, correct. So a lot of correct answers. Anant, correct. Correct. Next question. If quantity supplied greater than quantity supplied, it is dash, results in dash. Options same as above. So same options as above. Come on, answer me this question then. Correct. So friends, if you all see carefully, if quantity supplied is greater than quantity demanded, it is excess supply. You all got it correct. And whenever there is excess supply, it results in fall in price. So option is C. Got it, everyone? Correct. Very good, Prem. Correct answer. Anand, correct answer. Mehak, correct answer. So 2C. Excess supply, fall in price. Correct. Next question. If fall in demand is greater than fall in supply, state the impact on equilibrium price and equilibrium quantity. Option A, rise, rise, fall, fall, rise, fall, fall, rise. Come on, everybody, let me hear it out from you all. Come on, everybody. So see, let's draw the diagram and try to understand this. Original demand, original supply, always first. Done. This is the equilibrium point. Now, if demand is this and supply is this, if fall in demand is greater than fall in supply, fall in demand is greater than fall in supply. So demand is shifted leftward more, supply is shifted leftward but less. There is lesser shift of supply leftward. So now these two intersect here. So both are falling. Wow. So many correct answers. Fall, fall. Now without diagram, demand, supply, both are falling. So obviously equilibrium quantity will fall. Obviously equilibrium quantity will fall. What about equilibrium price? Now see, this is demand, this is supply. Both going down, but demand going down more. So there is excess supply, results in reduction in price. Hopefully it's clear. Hopefully it's clear, everybody. Come on. Crystal clear, yes or no? Come on. I told you, diagram is the main magic. So this is our 3B gone, 3C gone. Now 4. Fall in demand greater than fall in supply. 4A, not 44A, shown above, done above. Now, 4B. I want you all to solve it. I will not help you. When fall in demand equates fall in supply. Come on. I am not helping you all. Come on, everyone. Come on, everybody. Right. So see, this is price, this is quantity. As usual, demand, supply. Original condition always first. Original condition always first. Original condition always first. I told you, original condition हमेशा पहले बनाइए. Then what, sir? Then what, sir? इसके बाद क्या, sir? This is the equilibrium quantity. This is the equilibrium price. Okay? Equilibrium price and equilibrium quantity you will have drawn. Now what? Now see. If they are equal shift. Leftward, leftward. So again the same point. Quantity 2. So you will see when there is equal fall in demand and supply, equilibrium quantity falls, but price remains same. You all can show it with the diagram, no? Demand, supply, both falling. But since they are equal, there is no excess demand, no excess supply. So why price is constant? Because price only changes when there is excess demand or excess supply. Here there is no excess demand or no excess supply. Here there is no excess demand, no excess supply. That is why it is happening. I hope it's clear, everybody. Now, see, you all tell me, when fall in demand is greater than fall in supply, तब क्या होता है? What happens then? Come on, show it to me. So see, as usual, the original diagram: demand, supply, equilibrium price, equilibrium quantity. This is the equilibrium point. Now, friends, what happens is this is supply, this is demand. Fall in demand is greater. So ज्यादा लेफ्ट, सप्लाई भी फॉल हुआ बट कम. अच्छा, this is not the case. Fall in demand is less than, because case A we have done already. Fall in demand less than fall in supply. Okay, so fall in demand less, so leftward shift, but fall in supply greater. Greater is the fall in supply. So as you see, quantity will fall but price will rise. So equilibrium price rises, equilibrium quantity falls. Obviously, since both demand and supply are falling. Now here is demand, here is supply. Same. Now when the fall in demand is greater, demand is greater. So demand has fallen greater, supply little. So there is excess supply, but now pay attention. Fall in supply is greater, not demand. So supply will fall greater, demand is above. So there will be excess demand, so price will going to be rising. Price is going to rise. Got it, everybody? Yes, correct. It will be less than fall in supply. That is okay. So now, now, again, those who need break, they can go for 10 minutes. Others, I am here only. You can ask me your doubts. I am available for doubts now for the next 10 minutes. After that, we will continue. Come on. Yes, Prem, it is allowed. Okay. So the first doubt I see is illustration 1 from book. Yes, we will do that. Sir, in case of fall in demand or fall in supply, Saloni is asking, only one thing will fall and other will remain constant. Yes, when we were discussing one thing, then other was assumed to be constant, correct. How to prepare for exam revision? The trick is first to attend all the classes that I am teaching, number one. Number two, institutes material, thorough revision, bus, that is enough. Nothing more to do. It's not a tough subject, nothing more to do. Don't overcomplicate things. चंचल is saying कि सर अभी आपने बताया कि एक्सेस सप्लाई होगा तो प्राइस डिक्रीज होगा। हाँ, मैंने बोला एक्सेस सप्लाई जब होगा तब प्राइस डिक्रीज होगा, बट यहां पर फॉल इन सप्लाई ज्यादा जोर से हो रहा है डिमांड के मुकाबले। हमेशा डिमांड के कंपैरिजन में मैंने बोला था, अगर डिमांड ज्यादा जोर से गिर जाएगा सप्लाई से, या डिमांड ज्यादा जोर से बढ़ जाएगा सप्लाई से, तब तो आपको वो कंसिडर करना पड़ेगा ना। यस। नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज, ओके, दिस इज अ जनरल क्वेश्चन, हाउ टू बैलेंस कॉलेज विथ सीए। Obviously, the answer is very simple. That first of all prioritize कि ज्यादा मार्क्स कहाँ लाना जरूरी है. You will get your answer. Next question, please. Okay. In case demand and supply increase, same. So EP falls and quantity rise. No. If they increase by the same quantity, Deepak bhai, if they increase by the same quantity, there is no excess demand, no excess supply. I mean, if they are increasing by the same quantity, there is no excess demand or excess supply, na? So equilibrium price will not be affected. But yes, since both are rising, equilibrium quantity will rise. You get your answer. Yes, the book question of institute we will do. I will do today. First of all, we will do other cases, na? Then I will be able to discuss that. 2 more minutes and then we start. Yes, next question. The question is when will our eco sessions end? So friends, I believe it will be next Friday. Okay? Because determination of prices, we have two classes. Then price and output we will do. Then business cycles we will have to do. Then it will be over. Go ahead. Let's go ahead. Now let's go ahead, everybody. Time is over. Rise in demand, fall in supply. Okay? First, you all tell me. You will draw and I will ask the questions. है ना? Okay. Rise in demand, fall in supply. So see, fall in supply. Price, quantity, demand, supply. Original condition. Equilibrium point, equilibrium price, equilibrium quantity. Now, there is rise in demand and fall in supply. So the demand curve will what? Shift rightwards. Supply curve will what? Shift leftwards. But say, friends, one more thing is important now. One more thing is important now. Another question. Which is changing by what? I mean, who is changing in a greater way? Let's say demand is rising greater than fall in supply. So supply is falling, but little, not much. Okay, okay. So now pay attention, everybody. The intersection is like this. So equilibrium price has risen, equilibrium quantity has also risen. Now you will ask me why, sir? This was E, this is E1. Now your question is why, sir? See, demand, supply. Demand rising greater, supply falling. So obviously there is excess demand, तो price तो बढ़ना ही था. Sir, but why quantity reason? Quantity में हमेशा वो होगा जो greater होगा. Means demand is greater, so बस quantity will rise. If the rise in quantity is greater, then quantity will rise. If the fall in quantity is greater, then it will fall. I will give it another example. This one is clear, everybody. First, confirm. Correct. Now, now, we, you all show me this case where rise in demand is lesser than fall in supply. You all show me this case. I am not helping you. You will tell me this case. Come on, everybody. Draw the diagram. I am not helping. Come on. Okay, let's go. Okay, Vaidehi, Kushi, Shreyas, all these people have answered. Let's see. Price quantity. This is demand, this is supply. Equilibrium price, equilibrium quantity. Now, the rise in demand is less than fall in supply. So demand has risen, but little. So see, but fall in supply is greater. So now see, equilibrium quantity has fallen, but price as usual has risen. Because obviously demand is rising, supply is falling. So there is excess demand. Excess demand है तो प्राइस तो इक्विलिब्रियम का बढ़ेगा ही बढ़ेगा. वो तो होना ही था. But what is next? If you talk about equilibrium quantity, जो ज्यादा जोर से होगा, fall in supply, quantity has a greater impact. क्वांटिटी पे ज्यादा इम्पैक्ट होता है. क्वांटिटी हैज अ ग्रेटर इम्पैक्ट, क्वांटिटी पे ज्यादा इम्पैक्ट होता है. करेक्ट एवरीबॉडी. So what will happen to equilibrium quantity, everybody? Equilibrium quantity, as you all know, will fall. जिस पे ज्यादा इम्पैक्ट होगा, फॉल ज्यादा जोर से है तो क्वांटिटी विल फॉल. राइज ज्यादा जोर से होता तो क्वांटिटी वुड हैव रीजन. बस दैट इज द ट्रिक. और इज ड्रॉ डायग्राम. Hopefully it's crystal clear, everybody. Great. Next question. Rise in supply greater than fall in demand. Come on, everybody. Answer me. Always remember the diagram method will be easier method. Always remember. You will immediately get the answer. Come on, everybody. See, just a moment, everyone. Just a moment. Just a moment. Yes. So what was the case? Will you remind me, friends? Where rise in supply is greater than fall in demand, correct? Please confirm yes or no. Yes. Okay. Rise in supply greater than fall in demand. Okay. So friends, now pay attention. See, this is demand curve, supply curve. This is the equilibrium condition. Ignore this line, huh? Ignore this line. Now, this is equilibrium point, this is equilibrium quantity E. Correct? Now, rise in supply is greater than fall in demand. So there is a greater rightward shift, but the leftward shift is little only because demand is falling by a lesser quantity. So friends, if you see, if I use black color now, you can clearly see the intersection. Yes or no? So as you all had answered, correct. Equilibrium price will fall, equilibrium quantity will rise. Correct answer. Very good. Very, very good. Now let's reverse this scenario. Everyone, have you done it? Okay. Now let's reverse the rule. Rise in supply is less than fall in demand. Come on. Great. So see, price, quantity, demand, supply, equilibrium price, equilibrium quantity. Done everybody? Now, rise in supply is taking place, but at a lesser pace than compared to fall in demand. So there is a greater fall in demand, but rise in supply is taking place with a lesser quantity. So see, what is happening as you can see, equilibrium quantity is shifting towards the left, equilibrium price as is falling down. because obviously supply is rising. So equilibrium price will fall. What else do you expect? But since demand is falling with a greater proportion, जो भी ज्यादा जोर से होगा वही होगा क्वांटिटी पे. तो ज्यादा जोर से डिमांड गिरा तो इक्विलिब्रियम क्वांटिटी हैज आल्सो फॉलन डाउन. करेक्ट. करेक्ट. Now my MCQ starts again. Some MCQ questions I am going to ask you all. I hope you all are ready. What will be impact on equilibrium price and equilibrium quantity if there is rise in taxes as well as rise in income? Note, rise in income is by greater percentage. Option A, rise. B, fall. C, fall. D, rise. Come on, answer me this. Not very tricky, slightly tricky question. Come on. So see everyone, C, answer. If there is rise in taxes, what will happen? Quantity supplied will fall. Correct? Rise in income, quantity demanded will rise. And rise in income. So it is a case where there is rise in demand or increase in demand greater than decrease in supply. Got it? This case I gave you indirectly though. I gave you this case only. Now if demand is increasing and supply is decreasing, excess demand, price is going to rise. So B and D can't be the options. Now, what will happen to quantity? I told you, जो ज्यादा जोर से हो रहा है. Demand is increasing by a greater proportion, so the answer will be rise. Very good. Khushi was the first one to give answer, followed by Swati, followed by Deepak Bhai, followed by Prem, Anjali, correct? Anant, correct answer, everybody. So if this is clear, shall we move forward? Yes, let's go to the next question then. This is the sixth or seventh MCQ of the day. Let me ask you this. If consumers' tastes and preferences are in favor and government is giving subsidies, if consumers' tastes and preferences are in favor and government is giving subsidies, what will happen to equilibrium price and equilibrium quantity? Note, subsidy has greater impact. I have told you, subsidy has greater impact. So see, I can give you a hint. If consumers' tastes and preferences are in favor, demand is increasing. If government is giving subsidies, quantity supplied is increasing. But subsidy has greater impact. So change in quantity supplied is greater than change in quantity demanded. Now, now, here is price, here is quantity. Demand, supply. Here we have equilibrium price. Here we have equilibrium quantity, right? Now, what do you get here? Both are rising, but change in quantity supplied is greater. So, quantity supplied will shift towards the right, but with a larger change. So, a greater impact. Demand is also rising, obviously, I get it, but then with a lesser quantity. So, you all can see it here. As expected, quantity is rising, but equilibrium price is falling. So, your answer should be equilibrium price will fall, equilibrium quantity will rise. Yes or no, everybody? Come on. Equilibrium price will fall, you see, because supply is going up now. So excess supply हो रहा है, common sense. Correct. Fall rise. Correct. Now, everybody. Now let's move to institutes material. People were saying illustration one. So let's do it. Just a second. Yes, here it is. So let's study this. Now see, D1 and S1 are original demand and supply. So see, they have given D1 and S1 are the original. They will always mention you the original. So everybody, original equilibrium is at 1. ठीक है, चलिए अब देखते हैं आगे क्या होता है. Start from equilibrium point 1. Okay, 1. Okay, now let's go. Assume X is a normal good. Okay, assume holding everything else constant. Good. Assume income rises, means demand will rise. Rightward shift of demand curve. So D1 से D2 पे आ गए. हाँ ना बोलो. Everybody yes or no? Come on, yes or no? From D1 you come to D2. हाँ या ना बोलिए. Very good. And the price of factor of production rises. So supply falls. So S1 shifted to S3, leftward shift. So D2 and S3 are meeting. Which point will come? So if D2 and S3 are meeting, then automatically we are getting point number 2. Yes or no, everybody? Come on. I'm waiting. Yes, sir, correct. So 2 is your equilibrium point. 2. Got it? This is how it's done. Let's move to next question of institute. We are analyzing the market for good Z. Okay? We are analyzing the market for good Z. Now, price of a complement good Y declines. Okay, so demand for Z will rise. You all know this. Demand for Z will rise. Again, from D1 you shift to D2. Always remember we are starting from original point. So D1 से D2 we have shifted. At the same time, there is technological advancement. So quantity supplied will also rise. So from S1 they have shifted to S2. Which point? Obviously, if S2 and D2 are increasing, if S2 and D2 are at the same point, then it is 0.7. Then it is 0.7. So answer is 0.7. Yes or no, everyone? Got it, sir. Here it is 0.2. Next. Heavy rains in Maharashtra. Oh my God. Caused havoc with rice crop. Okay, supply is gone now. What point in the figure is likely to be the new equilibrium price? See, they have not told anything from demand's point of view. Demand remains same, supply has fallen. So D1 and S3 are intersecting. S3 and D1 are intersecting. So it is at 3. It is at 3. It is at 3. Correct. So answer will be 0.3. Understood or not understood, everybody? Okay, now assume that consumer expects the price of new cars to significantly increase. So this year demand will rise. अगर आप एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हो फ्यूचर में प्राइस बढ़ेगा, इफ यू आर एक्सपेक्टिंग दैट इन फ्यूचर प्राइस विल राइज, देन प्रेजेंट डिमांड विल राइज बिकॉज कंज्यूमर्स विल प्रेफर टू बाई इट एट अ लोअर प्राइस देन द हायर प्राइस. यस और नो? कम ऑन. अरे if consumers come to know that future में this thing will get expensive, what will they do? They will buy it today. So demand will increase from D1 to D2. Let's see about supply if institute has given anything. No, I don't see anything else. So D2 and S1, I think zero point 0.5. D2 and S1, yes, 0.5. So friends, dear friends, our answer is 0.5. And yes, see, all our answers are correct. So one of you friends asked me whether to solve this with you. Did you understand this? Yes or no? Let me ask you a tricky question. Let's see who is able to answer. A tricky question. There is a rise in. I will give you 3 minutes to 4 minutes to think for this. This is a tricky one. There's a rise in direct taxes as well as indirect taxes. Okay. What will be impact on equilibrium price and equilibrium quantity? Note, direct tax is more powerful. Okay. A, options. Here, chalo, I am also giving you options. Rise, rise, fall, fall, rise, fall, fall, rise. Come on, everybody. Come on. Come on. See, I will tell you what about it. If direct taxes are rising, it is basically going to hurt consumers' disposable income, yes or no? Because they are imposed on income of the consumer. You all know this. So if direct taxes are imposed on income of consumers' disposable income, that is income that they are having to spend, that is falling, because more the taxes, lesser the amount they will have remaining with them to spend on their demands. So disposable income is falling. And if that is falling, demand is falling. Number one scenario. Number two, indirect taxes is also rising. Now, friends, if indirect taxes is rising, the cost of production is rising. So producers' profit margin is falling. So quantity supplied will also fall. So it is a question where both demand and supply are falling. So obviously equilibrium quantity will also fall. But who is falling with a greater percentage? I told you direct tax is more powerful. So percentage change in demand. So demand is falling with a greater percentage. So fall in demand is greater than fall in supply. That is, supply is greater than demand. So there is excess supply. Whenever there is excess supply, prices are reduced. Yes, sir. So fall is the answer. Fall is the answer. Fall is the answer. Let's see. Got it, everybody? Come on. This is demand, this is supply. Demand is falling by greater. So fall will be the answer. And obviously, I'll draw the diagram for you. Don't worry. I'll draw the graph for you. But I have just tried to explain you in simple language. Okay. So now the diagram that you people were looking for. This is price. This is quantity. Correct? Here it is demand. Got it? Here it is supply originally. So they are intersecting. So this is the equilibrium price. This is the equilibrium quantity. Now, fall in demand is greater than fall in supply. So demand has fallen by a larger quantity. Supply has fallen by a lesser quantity. So see, as you can see, both are falling. Now it has to be crystal clear. See, with diagram also it has been made clear. Otherwise with graphs also it is clear that what we are discussing is correct. I hope all of you are drawing this graph because I am telling you again and again, graphs are an integral part of economics. If you are drawing graphs, if you know your graphs, there is no chance you can lose marks. Come on, next question, please. If you have any doubts, ask me right now. Okay, got it. Now, some of you may have a question. Now, some of you may have question about direct tax and indirect tax. So let me explain it to you. For those who don't know, most of you will know. See, direct tax example is income tax. Okay. It is imposed on income of a person. It is imposed on income of a person. Indirect tax example GST. GST. It is imposed on goods and services. So since it is imposed on a person, income of a person, it affects consumers from economics point of view. And indirect tax is collected by the producer first of all, affects producers. So this is what I needed you to know. In reality, the burden of indirect tax is also passed on to the consumers. But only for our understanding, we are taking this question. Okay. Now let me make some summary notes for you. Everybody put the heading summary notes. Point number 1. Equilibrium point is the point at which quantity demanded equals to quantity supplied. And equilibrium point has two concepts: equilibrium price and equilibrium quantity. Number two, if quantity demanded is greater than quantity supplied, it is called excess demand. And whenever there is excess demand, price will rise. Number three, if quantity supplied is greater than quantity demand, then there will be excess supply. Whenever there is excess supply, price will fall. Write it down first, then I'll write the rest. Okay, written it down, sir. Very good. Number 4, which I have already written, but we'll write it again. Increase in demand increase in supply will result in a rightward shift. Number 5, I hope you all are copying it down. Decrease in demand, decrease in supply, leftward shift. I hope you all have written it down. Okay, good. Number six. Number six. Equilibrium word is not the same as break even. Break even I have never spoken in the class till now. So you all also remember you don't need to speak this word. जब break even का दरकार होगा I will automatically tell you. Now no break even word is needed because some of you were confusing it today. So I had to write this. Number seven. Number seven. Rules to solve. Method one. Always, always, always in method one, remember draw diagram. That is the easiest method. Don't ask the meaning of what break even now. I will not tell you now. The reason I'm not telling you is it will create confusion. When the need comes, I will automatically address that. When we will discuss now in our upcoming class about perfect competition and all, then I will talk about break even because there will be a need of the same. Now there is no need. Why are you confusing yourself? Method two is compare and decide. Got it, everyone? Method two is compare and decide. Note it down, fatafat, please. So, friends, if you have noted it down now, then I can reasonably say that you will be able to solve each question from this topic. In our upcoming class, we will take some more questions. Along with some more questions, we will also try to understand in details the different types of market. Okay. But for the time being, we keep our discussion till here. Right? So see you all. Goodbye, everyone. If there are any doubts, I will address in the next class. If even if it is remaining, though there must not be any. ठीक है? चलो goodbye, bye bye for the day. Thank you very much. Yes, yes.